What started off as a supercell in Sydney morphed into a freak tornado ripping through the town of Armidale. Homes have been lost and livestock swept away, leaving residents devastated and facing a major clean-up.
The sound of destruction.
Did you see that?
Spiralling in the dark, illuminated by lightning.
It is a tornado.
Oh my God!
It is, look. Okay, inside everyone. Inside.
Residents in Armidale felt its full force around 10 p.m. last night.
I was very scared. I was actually screaming. I don't think I've ever been so scared.
Roofs endured the hail, but they were no match for the tornado. Families left shattered.
I'm devastated. We keep breaking down. Yeah, I'm in shock. I keep breaking down.
Dina and Andrew Frost's home badly damaged, but count themselves lucky.
Family. Yeah. And we're safe. That's all that matters.
For this rare weather event, there is no survival plan, only hope.
Scary, wasn't it? We stood in the middle of the house. We could hear it peeling off, the roof peeling off.
Yep.
Oh.
Residents in Armidale's northeast were hit particularly hard. If their roofs stayed on, trees came crashing through.
You picked up a lounge chair and just threw it over the other side of the room.
From beginning to end, the tornado blasted through Armidale for 34 kilometres. Emergency services responding to more than 260 jobs.
The New South Wales State Emergency Service volunteers have worked extremely hard. It's very unbelievable circumstances and very trying times for them.
The path the tornado cast was only a couple of 100 metres wide, and within that range, some residents were luckier than others. This home here is just missing a few tiles from the roof, but this man's home is completely destroyed. For those who can go back inside, they're still without power. With more rain forecast, it's a race against the clock to protect what's left, and only the beginning of a very long clean-up. Tom Saker, 7 News.
Good evening. We begin with breaking news, and a monster storm has smashed parts of Sydney, with waves of giant hailstones hammering homes, even bringing ceilings crashing down onto shoppers in Westfield, Mount Druitt. An earlier tornado warning has now been downgraded, but severe storm warnings remain in place.
Sydney was told to batten down. The West was the first to find out why. Chaos at the Mount Druitt Westfield and damage, a roof collapsing in best and less as people shopped. Stores flooded, a phone shop needing its own repair. At Homebush, a dramatic show of the storm's violence. At Alexandria too, the sky coming to life, sending lightning down. This is Jordan Springs, hail and sweeping rain. Residents keeping sheltered.
John, look at the hail, John! Oh my God!
At Ropes Crossing. Suburban streets and front lawns turned to white. Some cars under trees, others caught out. Local streets in Penrith turned to waterways. A backyard in Layla Park. The same story at Doonside. Bedlam on the roads, 3 separate accidents on the M5, westbound.
It's been a wild afternoon right across Sydney and eastern New South Wales as well, with multiple severe thunderstorms moving right across the metro area.
The SES rushed to more than 100 calls for assistance across Sydney.
The main areas of impact for us and we'll receive the calls for assistance have been around the Penrith and Mount Druitt areas.
A tornado warning issued, but the city spared the carnage.
You saw hail as large as 5 centimetres in Penrith. They copped 25 millimetres just 25 minutes, and that storm just intensified.
After the storm, a bright side to the city's wild afternoon. Chris Marr, 7 News.
And let's go live now to Isabel Mullen at Mount Druitt. Isabel, what's the damage like there?
Good evening, Mark. The extent of the damage is so great that all shoppers had to be evacuated for their safety. Now, video obtained by 7 News shows just how quickly parts of that ceiling came down on shoppers at Westfield. One video shows it falling in on a family who was shopping at Best and Less. It must have been incredibly scary for them. It came down in a matter of seconds. It also fell down outside a mobile repair shop. You can see people running for cover next to the flight centre. centre, the floor entirely flooded.
And Isabel, have there been any confirmed injuries?
Mark, there have been 2 people who are injured. They're not badly injured. They were treated here at Westfield. They didn't need to be taken away to hospital tonight. Westfield will remain closed with a massive clean-up effort.
A tornado has ripped a path through a regional town in Armidale after a supercell that battered Sydney headed north overnight. Roofs torn off, livestock lost, locals left with a climbing damage bill. Tom Saker is in Armidale. Tom, what's the clean-up been like there today?
Well, the clean-up here in Armidale is now well and truly underway. It will take some time, though, to clear all of these trees before any real structural repairs can occur to the dozens of homes that have been severely damaged. The northeast of Armidale was hit especially hard by the tornado that tore through the town about 10 p.m. last night. That's where roofs were torn clean off and trees were completely uplifted. Residents in the firing line could only watch as their roofs simply peeled away and tiles flew into the air. They essentially had nowhere to shelter from the winds once their roofs had gone. Many of them today are struggling to comprehend the damage.
I was very scared. I was actually screaming. I don't think I've ever been so scared.
We've got to get a new roof probably. It's starting to leak inside. These windows just went straight through. You can see all in the lounge room what it looks like.
Just exploded in that room. It picked up a lounge chair and just threw it over the other side of the room.
The SES has at least 260 jobs to get to today and have combined with the Rural Fire Service, Armidale Council and Fire and Rescue New South Wales to begin to clear the damage.
The New South Wales State Emergency Service volunteers have worked extremely hard in these difficult circumstances. Through that storm, what we saw last night, it's very unbelievable circumstances and very trying times for them.
A number of homes are still without power this afternoon, and to compound the damage from those winds last night, residents had to suffer through a hailstorm as well, which has also caused significant damage to homes. Remarkably though, no one was injured.
Residents in Melbourne's west were given a wintry surprise last night when a blanket of hail covered their neighbourhood. The weather event only lasted 10 minutes but quickly swamped streets across Melton and Fraser Rise.
Spring looked like winter in Melbourne's west last night.
It's snowing, come on! Merry Christmas, mate!
Just after 9 p.m, a hailstorm quickly blanketed several streets.
And my dad walked outside and he was like, my car is covered in snow. I was like, what do you mean? So I walked outside and the whole street is just completely white.
That is hail. It looks like it's snow.
Oh my goodness!
We're going to be fine. We're safe in the house.
One resident particularly prepared.
It goes pretty far.
Only 6 millimetres of rain was recorded, but the hail came down hard.
It was like damaging. Like you walked outside and it would hurt.
It literally like hurt my neck to the point where it was like literally pounding on my skin and I had to run through it.
But not even the lightning and thunder could drown the delight of the rare show.
It's definitely a surreal experience.
Oh my gosh.
We really loved it. This was the first experience for us. We have never seen that before.
It was just bucketing down. It's like Mother Nature just opened its gates and said we're just going to dump it all on Fraser Rise.
A treat for Joe Galone, even still this morning, able to show his grandson Christian snow for the first time.
It was spectacular. It was, I've never seen so much hail fall at the same time. It was just great to see. Why would you want to go to Force Creek or Bulla?
Sam and Lucy Scordo were still wiping ice from their cars more than 12 hours later.
Within about 10 minutes or so, we looked out the backyard and we couldn't see any green grass, no nothing. It was just all white, just a sleet of white.
It was literally like picking up snow and the kids were loving that experience.
And Georgia Comensoli joins us now from South Melbourne. Georgia, this rain is with us for a little while yet.
Mitch, while we won't get any hail tonight, parts of Melbourne's east will get plenty of rain right into tomorrow morning. Some suburbs may even see some flash flooding. Jane Bunn will have more on what to expect soon.
Georgia Comensoli, thank you.